Elections is a perennial UPSC prelims hotspot. In this video, I'll decode the exact past year questions UPSC has asked on elections. I'll explain the trap answers and give you a crisp pattern you can memorize. The questions will be flashed on the screens and I'll give you the correct explanations right after. The first section is on Election Commission. First, the Election Commission is established under Article 324. But the number of election commissioners is not fixed. The President may appoint one Chief Election Commissioner and such other commissioners as needed. UPSC has tested this fact exactly. You can see the flashed PYQ on the screen asked in 2017, which says, consider the following statements. Statement 1, the Election Commission of India is a 5-member body. Statement 2, the Union Ministry of Home Affairs decides the election schedule for the conduct of both general and by-elections. Statement 3, the Election Commission resolves the disputes relating to splits or mergers of recognized political parties. We have to select the correct statements. The answer here is only statement 3 is correct. Statement 1 is wrong because the Constitution does not fix 5 members. The President decides the number. Statement 2 is again wrong as the Election Commission, not the Home Ministry, schedules elections. This is a classic UPSC trap. They mix institutions' names to confuse you. The second section, Presidential Election and Value of Votes. Next, the presidential elections. Key concept here that has been asked is the value of an MLA's vote varies by state, while the MP's vote value is computed differently and it is uniform across the houses. So the questions in 2018 from this area included, with reference to the election of the President of India, consider the following statements. Number 1, the value of vote of each MLA varies from state to state. Number 2, the value of vote of MPs of the Lok Sabha is more than the value of vote of MPs of the Rajya Sabha. Which of the following above statements are correct? The answer here, as I stated exactly, is one only. MLA vote value depends on the state's population. Formula uses state population and number of MLAs. The value attached to MP's votes is uniform. The formula equalizes total MLA votes across MP. UPSC often tests the formula idea, not the arithmetic. The third section about multiple constituencies and by-elections. UPSC also tests rules on contesting for multiple seats. Know the legal limit and the historical oddity question UPSC loves to ask. The 2021 question that UPSC asked included 3 statements. Number 1, in India, there is no law restricting the candidate from contesting in one Lok Sabha election from 3 constituencies. Number 2, in the 1991 Lok Sabha election, Shri Devi Lal contested from 3 Lok Sabha constituencies. Number 3, as per the existing rules, if a candidate contests in one Lok Sabha election from many constituencies, his or her party should bear the cost of by-election to the constituencies vacated by him or her in the event of him or her winning in all 3 constituencies. Take a pause, look at the screen, reread all the 3 statements. And now comes the answer. Only the second statement is correct. Legally, a candidate may contest from a maximum of 2 constituencies. Section 337 of the RPA after the 1996 amendment. The historical fact that Devi Lal contested from 3 seats in 1991 is true. UPSC uses such facts to mislead you. Also, the cost of by-elections is not charged to the party under current law. That statement is false. The fourth section on RPA disqualifications. A hugely tested statutory point is disqualification on conviction under the Representation of the People Act. The statutory point RPA Section 8 is that if a person is convicted and sentenced for imprisonment for 2 years or more, disqualification follows from date of conviction and continues for 6 years after release, subject to specific clauses and judicial stays. See the RPA 1951 text. Pause the screen, reread it. Remember, the disqualification is not permanent. In the normal course, it lasts for the sentence period and then 6 years after release for many offences. A state of conviction, not just the sentence, is a practical remedy to avoid disqualification. UPSC often tests the 2-year threshold repeatedly. The fifth section on presidential election and state election commissioners. Two more quick but recurring traps is the consequences of presidential election is declared void. And second, the role or the status of the state election commissioners. Consider the following statements asked in 2023 UPSC prelims. If the election of the President of India is declared void by the Supreme Court of India, all acts done by him or her in the performance of duties of his or her office of President before the date of decision become invalid. Number two, the election for the post of President of India can be postponed on the ground that some legislative assemblies have been dissolved and elections are yet to take place. Which of the above statements are correct? Again, pause, reflect on the question statements. The answer here is neither is correct. If a presidential election is later declared void, the acts done by the person before the decision remain valid to protect state continuity, and presidential polls cannot be postponed simply for dissolved assemblies. So the state election commissions are constitutionally created to run panchayat and municipal elections as per the 73rd and 74th amendments, and they are independent of the Election Commission of India. UPSC tests this distinction very frequently. So don't mix up Election Commission of India, which conducts elections to the parliament, to the state legislature, to the president, to the vice president elections, and the state election commissions, which conducts election for the local bodies, that is the panchayat and the municipal bodies. UPSC loves this confusion and frames options, the remaining parts of both, to mislead you. So final checklist: ECI composition and powers 2017, President Vote Value Logic 2018, Multiple Constituencies and Historical Exceptions 2021, the RPA 2-year disqualification rule, and consequences if presidential election is void in 2023. Thank you. See you until next time. If this helped your UPSC prep, do like, share, and subscribe.